So we just finished watching the first Cdrama of the year. It was Shine On Me. All right, honey, what do you rate this show?
I think it's a 9.5.
I do also think it's a 9.5. It was really, really good. The ending there was a little anticlimactic. We were just a little upset that, they left a lot of characters kind of open-ended, mainly at the end there. But overall, the show itself was really, really beautiful. It was just a cute little love story.
Yeah, we always complain that a lot of C-dramas don't give us like that happy episode. And this one did give it. But it just felt unnecessary a little bit. I felt they should have told us more about Wrong. I was really interested about her probably finally being right instead of just always wrong. And then the Yusen guy, no, not Yusen, the other guy. The guy that she liked in the beginning, I felt like they should have just had him move on.
Mr. Dehydrated, we would call it.
Yeah, because like 15 years and still obsessed with her, that's a little.
Yeah, that's a little much. That was a little much. I wish they would have left him in a little bit of a better spot, like him having maybe his own family or at least having a girlfriend or something. Like that he moved on. It seemed like he didn't move on till like the last episode, kind of like 15 years later.
When he saw her with a child who was already like, ready to go to college.
Yeah, but overall the show was good. I also, so we were saying like the last episode felt like, or I was saying that the last episode was just kind of like a giant promotion of like maybe future like Chinese technologies that might be coming out, which was really interesting. Like, I hope there is those sort of technologies coming out. But it did feel a little promo-ish right there at the end.
I think that's what it was. I think that the last episode was way more propaganda than it was. They gave us a steamy scene, of course, which was great.
They did.
But it was a lot more propaganda. The wedding, or when they...
I wish they would have done a little more with the wedding, too. She looked beautiful. She looked so pretty.
When they exchanged gifts, that place was gorgeous.
Gifts.
When they exchanged the rings to each other.
Oh, yeah,
at
yeah,
the beginning
yeah.
of the episode.
Yeah. The garden, the really pretty garden.
It was gorgeous. I do think it's an interesting take. A lot of the C-dramas are very much about the rich being nasty and the poor thriving through it all and being better than the rich. But this was very different, and it kind of showed you how, hey, rich people go through stuff too.
They have struggles.
Oh yeah, how she was rich, and because she was from a wealthy family, right away people already saw her in a negative light.
Yeah.
Especially the guy that she liked in the beginning.
I like that in the later episodes they essentially did that to Mr. Dehydrated as well, because like he kind of got a taste of, I guess, his own medicine in that sense, because then he like was able to kind of go through it, so he kind of understood, hey, like I kind of messed up here, so he learned his lesson, I guess you could say, and not to kind of judge a book by its cover. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're not, like, of course, even if you're rich, you're going through your own problems too. Everybody does.
That's the scene I think they should have let him move on.
Yeah.
When he kind of went through the rumors himself, and even though he didn't send a sorry text, but I think that's the point where they should have just let his character move on and not wait till like 15 years later. And then that kind of just felt weird.
Yeah, it took a little bit too long. And then some of the side characters, I felt maybe they could have done a little more development on, especially her friends. Like, we had no idea what happened to any of her friends,
That's why we were confused, because when she comes back from Middle East, she's with the lady, and we're like, wait, who is this lady? Is she the friend? Is she the cousin? And they're like, oh, she's the cousin. I had to research the name.
The cousin that we didn't really ever see.
Yeah, I think
they mentioned her, but we didn't see
for 4 seconds. I think they could have done more with the side characters. But overall, the show itself was great. Her outfits in those sundresses,
oh my god,
looked amazing.
Like I would say from maybe like a little bit after halfway point, her outfits definitely like, she looked so good. He looked good throughout the whole thing, but like she like really, like you could see her like maturing, I guess you could say. They did it really well with her outfits, and even like on the like last episode, we saw the difference. Like she did look more
mature,
like a CEO, business owner, and whatnot. But yeah, it was really.
But with
good.
with her shows, if you know, you know. She always does these in her shows. Where in the beginning shows, she's not really dressed the best, doesn't look the best, and by the end of the show, she's always looking just glamorous.
Yeah, she looked top tier for sure. Really, she was really pretty throughout especially in the second half. She looked really good. But the storyline was good. It moved pretty quick. It didn't move super slow. It was just a cute love story with, some little stuff throughout.
Love that it didn't take too long. He wasn't out for vengeance on her. It just,
no.
It wasn't none of that. It was just he just couldn't because he loved her so much.
Yeah, it's like, I love you. I can't hurt you.
Yeah,
but I still kind of don't like you. And I'm upset because, there was a whole, like, a spoiler, like, the whole thing we're talking about is spoilers here, but there was, like, a whole situation between them that did get resolved fairly quickly. It didn't drag on, which I like, because sometimes some of these things drag on way too much, but they resolved it pretty.
Last episode.
Yeah, but they resolved it pretty quick.
That's another thing I wanted to see at the end. I wanted to see the dad, and his relationship with her, and his relationship with
the dad, yeah,
those two, the lady and her daughter.
They did kind of allude to kind of what, like, they were just cut off and whatnot. But the episode that she had with her dad, like that scene where dad's kind of like in the hospital and she has like that conversation, like that hurt my heart. I think we both almost kind of were like,
yeah, she did good on that.
She did really good at delivering that. I liked her mom a lot too.
Oh, her mom was gorgeous.
She was so pretty, and I liked how there was like the friction there was between the parents, overall too, the friction, and kind of why they got divorced, because that's something you don't really think about. It was what do we call that? A man that has a inferiority complex. Yeah, he had that inferiority complex, and how that could really just break a marriage, because the guy just couldn't accept the wife
being better.
Yeah, but then we saw a couple, like, I think it was her aunt, that kind of was in a, like, where she is.
They went to extremes. They went from him not being able to accept it to her aunt and her uncle. Her uncle's just doing everything for his wife. They didn't give us a healthy balance. They went from
yeah, it was like, from one to another. No, but you saw the aunt out there, like, doing her thing too.
It was a little too much.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
I did like that they showed us. That's kind of what if you think about it, that would have happened with the first guy she liked, because that's what it was. He did have that inferiority complex of her being wealthy and him wanting to earn everything himself. I think that would have showed you some insight of what would have happened if they would have ended up together. Yeah.
All right, baby. So, yeah, that was our review.
All over the place.
But we do highly recommend this show. It might be one of them, it's too early to say. Right now, we were just seeing which other show were we watching right now? We were looking at it, we're like, I forgot what it was called, but it was a pretty good show. Love Between the Lines. So that's probably one of the next shows that we're going to be watching. So stay tuned for that next one, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.